Caitlyn Clark clearly not looking like herself. The Indiana Fever has the game put away, yet we still put her back in the game at 45 seconds left. Caitlyn Clark dealing with an injury, not looking like herself. The game is already out of hand, yet we still put her back in with 45 seconds left. How much patience do I need to have before I can start going nuclear? Because I am getting very frustrated with what I am seeing.
You wouldn't believe how we got here. Caitlyn Clark, America's basketball golden girl, the face of the WNBA, the hope of a new era, is injured again. But this time, it's not just about bad luck or a fluke play. No. Fans are absolutely furious because what's happening behind the scenes? It's shocking, frustrating, and it might just derail the entire league. Let's break down exactly how we got to this disaster and why the people responsible might have just made the biggest mistake in WNBA history.
Like, it's one of two things. It's either it's groin tightness and she'll be back for the Commissioner's Cup game. She's probably going to miss these next two games. Or it's a groin strain. She's out for the All-Star game. Like, it's one of those two, and there's no in between. So if you guys did not see, in this game right here against the New York Liberty, she's doesn't have anything strapped up, and people are saying her quad was strapped up against Connecticut Sun. That is a very high strapping up for a quad.
Picture this. Late in the game against Seattle, the Fever are up. Victory is in hand. And yet, Caitlyn Clark gets put back into the game. Just seconds left on the clock. Nothing to prove, nothing to gain, and then, bam. She goes down at midcourt. Groin injury, again. This wasn't just a tweak or a cramp. It's now her second lower body injury this season, and it's on the same side, the same leg. Fans are done being patient, because this wasn't just unfortunate, this was avoidable. Guess who fans are pointing fingers at? Head coach Stephanie White.
With Caitlyn, when did you guys find out about this groin injury, and how much of an absence do you expect from her beyond today?
Yeah, late last night. I think it's very much a day-to-day thing, how she responds to treatment.
You guys rushed her back. And within rushing her back, she re-injured that same quad. And then you rushed her back again. And then within rushing her back, she was forced to put pressure and put stress on different areas surrounding that quad.
Now she's telling media it's day-to-day, but fans have heard that before. The trust? It's gone. Remember how Dana Evans was supposedly day-to-day, until it came out she'd requested to sit while the team quietly shopped her around? So when Coach White stands at the podium and says Caitlyn's fine, the fan base isn't buying it. They see a pattern, rushed returns, vague injury reports, and mounting damage. This isn't management, it's mismanagement. Here's where things get even more alarming. Rumors are flying that Caitlyn was already playing through pain. Some say weeks of it. Go back and watch the tape. Since that brutal beatdown from Connecticut, she hasn't looked right. 1 for 23 from deep? For a player known for logo threes, that's not just a slump, that's a red flag.
But the thing that you have to be careful of is if, say you try to rush her back from this injury as well, then you're getting into this territory where a very serious injury can happen. And with women as well, we are more prone to knee injuries even than the men because of the angle that our hips go to our knees. So the last thing you want is her compensating or her groin not firing properly, and she goes to cut to the side and then all of a sudden something blows in her knee. That is what the Indiana Fever, that is what Caitlyn need to avoid the best that they possibly can. So if it means that Caitlyn is out for 3 weeks, if it means that she is out all the way through All-Star, then so be it. She has such a long career.
She had heavy strapping on her quad. Her shot mechanics were off. And yet, they kept playing her. This is the part that hurts the most, because we're hearing she never fully healed from that initial quad injury, that she was rushed back too early. And what happens when you do that? The body compensates. Stress gets shifted to other areas. That groin strain, a direct consequence of a team forcing their star to play hurt. And here's the kicker. Fans are screaming, why was she even back in the game? With 16 seconds left, game already won. Why risk your franchise player's health? The answer, there isn't one. This one's on the coach.
Stephanie White has now got questions to answer.
About this groin injury, and how much of an absence do you expect from her beyond today?
Yeah, late last night. I think it's very much a day-to-day thing, how she responds to treatment. I stay in my lane and let our
Who gives a shit how she responds to treatment? Keep her out for a week. Keep her out for a week or two. Let's make sure she's healthy. 110%, 150%.
Full stop. Caitlyn Clark is a warrior. No doubt. She's competitive. She wants to play. She wants to carry this team, this league, this moment. But guess what? That's exactly why the system has to protect her from herself. Because if you let her play through pain over and over again, if you keep ignoring the warning signs, then it won't just be a missed All-Star game. It could be an ACL tear, a season ender, a career-altering event. Look what happened to Tyrese Halliburton or to Cameron Brink. You push through and then boom, it's over.
And it's also a huge blow to the WNBA. Whether some fans like it or not, it was proven the last time that she was out with injury that the WNBA does better when she is on the court. The WNBA ratings across the league dropped by over 50% when Caitlyn Clark was out with injury. And this is obviously such a crucial time and a crucial year for the league because they go into CBA negotiations at the end of the year.
I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the
I
meeting.
gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
That's a possibility for real.
Yeah.
Now here's where things get ugly on a league-wide level. You've seen the clips, you've heard the hits. Caitlyn Clark is getting bodied out there, shoved, grabbed, smacked, and nothing gets called. Refs swallow the whistle. Game after game, she's being hacked like it's street ball. JC Sheldon literally twisted her arm mid-play, and the league did nothing. Why? Because this level of physicality has become the WNBA's dirty little secret. Coaches even admit it. They tell their players, be as physical as possible, because the refs won't call it.
And one coach told me, we tell our players to be as physical as they can possibly be for 40 minutes because we know for 38 of them, they're pretty much going to get away with it. So I think everybody would like to see a tighter whistle and a little bit more freedom of movement.
This is JC Sheldon right here with an entire handful of Caitlyn Clark's shoulder and bicep, and she's twisting it, okay? I mean, this is wild. Here's the zoomed out look, the snapshot. I mean, this league does not have control of its players.
And guess what? It's not just Caitlyn. Jade Melbourne got her tooth knocked out. Cameron Brink? A CL tear. It's a league-wide issue, but with Caitlyn, the stakes are different. Because she's not just another star. She's the star. The WNBA's entire growth engine. Ratings drop 50% when she's out. Arena attendance collapses. Social media engagement dies. The momentum stops. And now, we might be watching that happen again. And there's real fear now that Caitlyn Clark could miss the Commissioner's Cup final, or worse, the All-Star game. That would be a nightmare for the league. Not just in lost exposure, but lost dollars, sponsorships, merch, bonuses, viewership, poof, gone. Millions of dollars riding on one player's groin muscle. Think about that. This isn't about one team. This isn't just Indiana. This is about the entire future of women's basketball.
But I think we're getting into territory now where it is not, I don't think it's a good idea to just chance it. I don't think it's a good idea to put pressure on yourself to perform when obviously these are all left leg. These are all in the same leg area. So there's definitely something going on around there.
So ask yourself, who's really failing Caitlyn Clark? Is it the coach that kept putting her back in? The team that didn't shut her down when her leg was taped and her shot was broken? The referees that let her get beat up every night? The league that promotes physicality but doesn't enforce safety? The answer is all of the above.
Just turned 23, so she is hugely popular. But again, you do want to balance it because obviously you saw what happened with Juju Watkins, getting hurt. You want to balance making sure that you're also promoting your other stars like an Asia Wilson.
Yeah.
Like a Brianna Stewart. Nafisa Collier killed it last year. I mean, she was the runner-up, MVP, and the defensive player.
And here's the hard truth. If Caitlyn Clark tears her ACL during garbage time in a game that was already won, this won't just be a tragedy, it'll be the greatest tactical failure in WNBA history. Full stop. The WNBA is at a crossroads. This moment, this season, this player, everything hinges on protecting her. And no, fans aren't asking for special treatment. They're asking for basic decency, for accountability, for a league to recognize what it has and not let it burn down through pride, mismanagement, or stubborn officiating. Because let's be real, if the WNBA loses Caitlyn Clark, they don't just lose ratings, they lose everything. So, what do you think? What Caitlyn Clark failed by the system meant to protect her, is the league doing enough? Or are we all watching history repeat itself again?